Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also joining us online via our podcast at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could be with us as well. This is part of our Music and News segment here at WYAD, and today we're talking about the importance of vaccines. Now, I know school just started back, but vaccines are not just for children and for teens. They are a lifelong shield protecting from a host of diseases that people are exposed to throughout their lives. But many of us are not getting the vaccines that we need to be able to stay healthy. Here to talk to us about the importance of that, we're excited to welcome pharmacy leader Kelsey Goderwis to our broadcast. She's joining us from Kroger Health. She's going to talk to you guys not only about the vaccination rates that are currently going on, but where you can get more information about the vaccines that may be right for you. Kelsey, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it.
Very happy to be here.
Well, this is an important topic, not only for our audience here in Mississippi, Kelsey, but I know for our audience around the country as well. Tell us about the current vaccination rates, Kelsey, and why the rates have changed in the last decade.
Absolutely, Cyrus. So the United States had a great history of high vaccination rates prior to the pandemic. But since then, we've definitely seen those drop off. And they have not really recovered since the pandemic, mostly because during the pandemic, a lot of people worked from home and kids went to school online. So a lot of those vaccines that were routine and part of normal every year doctor's appointments just got missed. And we just are working on catching up to those still. So we're working to get back to that pre-pandemic vaccine rate for sure.
Yes, it definitely has upended our lives a lot, but we're so glad that this information is getting out there to show people the importance of trying to get back on track. So, Kelsey, for our audience out there, what vaccines are currently being recommended for them? So,
Cyrus, there's a long list of vaccines recommended for anybody from birth all the way through adulthood and into, bariatric age. So the childhood vaccines have pretty much stayed the same since the beginning of vaccinations. You've got your MMRs, your varicellas, H influenza, hepatitis, those series, pneumonia, and polio. And then into the teenage years, you're looking at vaccines like tetanus boosters, meningitis vaccines, and the HPV vaccine for human papillomavirus, which can cause certain types of head and neck cancers and cervical cancer. And then into adulthood, we see a lot of respiratory and other vaccines like shingles, RSV, pneumonia, and many more. And then once again, getting those tetanus boosters at least every 10 years.
Yes. Kelsey, one thing I've seen here in the South in particular, in my state of Mississippi, is that I think, and especially it's so interesting you mentioned the pandemic, there is this vaccine hesitancy for a lot of people depending on what the vaccine may be. And a lot of people may have questions. So what is the best way for individuals to get information and to ask questions about the vaccines that are being recommended?
So the easiest way is to just go ask your local Kroger pharmacist. We are very, very accessible. We are open long hours on the evenings and on the weekends for people that are working throughout the week. So your pharmacist will be happy to answer any questions you have about vaccinations and about how to get caught up if you are behind or how to get your family caught up if they're behind. And then we're also just there to answer any healthcare questions you have. You can always call or stop by.
All right. Kelsey, this is great information for our audience. Can you tell us where we can go to learn more and where we can receive the vaccines?
Absolutely, Cyrus. So anybody can go to Kroger.com/vaccines, and you can look on there for appointments at your local Kroger. Or you can stop by your local Kroger at any time. Walk-ins are accepted for any vaccine any time that we are open, which, like I said, is any time during the week and even hours on the weekends.
Great information. And Kelsey, thank you so much for the great work that you're doing and for spending this time with us, helping to educate and inform our audience. Looking forward to having you back on the broadcast again.
Thank you, Cyrus. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you as well. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live, again, part of our Music and News segment here at WYAD. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.